Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a simple calculator using your C# Windows form application. So I'm going to show you how to make this kind of a calculator which can perform your basic operation of division, multiplication, subtraction and addition. And in addition we will have these two buttons called clear entry and clear button. And I will also show you how to add two decimal number. For example, you want to add 3.3 plus 12.5. You could do that using this calculator, and it will show this pending result here in a label. So when I want to do some operation, you see it shows me this pending a value in this label here. This also I'm going to show you. And basically I want to make this calculator like a window calculator, but obviously this Windows calculator is much advanced than this calculator, but I'm going to show you how to create this simple kind of calculator which can perform these operations. Okay, so let's get started. How we can create it, and we are going to create it something like this. So I will open my blank project. I'm going to create a new project. So I will click new project. This will be a Windows form application project, and I will name it as calculator. Okay, click OK, and it will create a project for you. And we have this project. I will make it little bit bigger, and the first thing I want to do is I want to open this form at the center. So for example, whenever I open this Windows calculator, let's see, calculator, it opens at the center of your window, right? And the second thing you notice here is you cannot maximize your calculator, right? You cannot resize it. So these two things I'm going to show you first, and the third thing is how to add an icon to your calculator. So let's see how we can do it. First of all, the disabling of this maximize button. So select your form here and search for the property called maximize box, and by default it's true. You need to make it false, so just make it false. And then in order to make or open your project or this form in the center, go to the property called start position, and by default it's window default, and make this property as center screen. Okay, so this will open your window or form in the center. Now let's try and run the program once again, and let's see if it's opening in the center. Yes, it's opening in the center, and this is disabled, right? This maximize button. But even then you can resize it like this, right? So how to disable this resizing also? I will search for the property called form bordering style. So search for the property called form bordering style. First of all, select this and search for the property called form bordering style, and by default it's sizable. You need to make it fixed dialog. Okay, so make it fixed dialog, and once again run your program, and now I cannot resize my form. Okay, so these three things we have achieved. Now the icon for this form and the name also. Okay, so the Windows calculator has the name calculator and this icon. Okay, so we are going to do that. Select your form and go to the property called text, and by default it's form 1. Make it calculator, so you can see calculator here, and the icon. Okay, so you can choose this icon from, if you have some icon for your calculator. and I will show you how to easily get an icon. You can find this icon online very easily. I found I generally go to one site called Icon Archive, and this has so many items or icons and many other things. And I will search for the calculator and I will find these kind of icons of the calculator. So select one icon which you find good. I found this icon good, so I just downloaded this icon image. Just click this icon and it will be downloaded, I think. You see? So I have already downloaded this icon, and what I'm going to do is select my form. I'm going to select my form and go to the property called icon, and in here I can browse for that icon and select that icon and open it, and that will add this icon here. Okay, so now I have all these basic settings. Now I want to add these buttons, right? So go to your toolbox and drag and drop a button in here, and the button, first of all I will change the button name as 1, and I will change the size of the button, for example 45 by 45. You can make it other settings also, and I'm going to change the font size of this button also to, for example, bold 14. Okay, so it will look good. Now basically all these buttons are same in size, just we need to change the text of these buttons. And one more important thing is the name of this button. I'm leaving these names as default, but if you want to make your project perfect, you need to change this name to logical names. For the because I have time constraint, that's why I'm not changing this, but please change these button names according to logical name. For example, for this button 1, you can just name it as button 1 or button 1, something like this. Okay, so change it like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this button, just copy it and paste it. Okay, and once more paste it, and we need a row of 5 buttons like this, and I will copy this row of 5 buttons and once again paste this, and I will just settle it here, once again paste it, settle it just below that, and paste it and settle it just below that. I will resize this form a little, and okay, now I will just change the text of these buttons. So this starts from here. So as you can see here, this 0 button is a little bit bigger, and this button is a little bit bigger, right? Equal to button. So I will change it like that. This will be like this, and this will be like this. And now I'm going to change the text. This is our button 0, 0. This will be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? And this should be point, so I will add a little point here, and let's start from here. These are the operators we are going to use. For example, plus, minus, multiplication and division. So first is plus, second is minus, third is multiplication, which is represented by this asterisk, and fourth is division. which is this one. This is our equal to sign. Change it to equal to, like this. This is our clear button, so I will just give this text C, and this is our clear entry, so C and E. Okay, I will just resize it so that we can see the CE. Okay, so now we have all the buttons, and now we need our text box. So I'm going to go to my toolbox and take a text box to show the result and entries, right? So I will take a text box here and resize this text box, and I'm going to take a label. So take a label, drag and drop here. For now I'm not changing the text in the label, but yeah, you can change it. Just select both of these labels and text and go to font, and we are going to change this font also as bold 14. Okay, so we can see the text. You can change the label background also. Just select your label and go to the property called background. Here. So background by default it's something like gray. I want to make it white so that it can resemble with our text box color. And the name of this text box, I will change the name as text box underscore result. Okay, so I have these things now. Now what I need to do here is I need to have the button entry. So for example, I press some button, it should print that entry to the text box, right? So basically you can do it like this. You can select a button and go to this property box and click this event button here, event, and the basic button event is button click event. So you can go to this button click event or directly double click this button. So I'm going to use this option, but you can double click this button also, and I'm going to define this button click event as for example button underscore click, and just press this or just enter, press enter, and you will reach to this button click event of this button, right? And here you can write or you can print the text on the text box. For example, you want to print the text on this text box. Take the name of this text box, which is text box result dot text is equal to whatever is this text plus is a concatenation operator, so you can do like this because we are adding one. And if you see here, by default this text box has 0, so I'm going to change this. Just select your text box and go to text, and we write 0 here, so it shows 0, but this 0 is on the left hand side and this text box is on the right hand side. So just select this and go to the property called text align. By default it's left, just make it right, so this 0 will go to the right. Okay, now when I run the program and when I click 1, you see 1 is printed here. But the same functionality I want to do it for all the numbers and including this point. So what I can do is I have two options. I can just double click all the buttons and I perform this functionality to each button. And the second option is I can perform same operation or same button click event for all these numbers and basically capture the text of these button whenever I press any button. So how can I do this? I will go to just this button click event. I will select this button 1 and go to this click event by going to this events and click event and copy this method which I have provided, which is button click. Just copy this method or this event, whatever you want to say it, and just go to all the numbers. What I will start from 0. Just select this 0 text box and go to the event, click in this property and paste your same event button click here. Okay, same I will do it for this point, same I will do it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, and once again go to your code, and now this button click event will be performed when any of the number button is clicked. But how to catch that event, or how to take the text from the button click and transfer it to this text box, it's really simple. This object contains the sender of this button click. Just take this sender, so just go to button click event and in here write button and we name our object as button is equal to, and we will cast this object to the button. So just write sender and this we will cast it to button. Okay, and now once we have this button, we can just change this static text to the button text. Okay, now when we run the program and when we click anything, 1, 2, 3, 4 or any number or point, it will be printed like this. One more thing you can do here is whenever I click any button here, the 0 goes and this number comes, right? Or by default it's 0, but whenever I click any number, it goes 0 goes and 6 comes. But in our condition, when I click this 3, 0 is there and it doesn't go, right? So it doesn't make any difference, but I want to achieve the same functionality. So what I can say is here, if my text box text, which is text box result text, is equal to 0, then I want to clear the text box. Okay, dot clear. Okay, so this will clear this 0 whenever I click some number. Now I want to achieve the same operation, or I want to achieve the plus, minus and this multiplication and division for the operation to perform. So what I can do is, like I have done for the number of buttons, I can make a single method for all these operations. So what I can do is I can select my first plus operator, go to this click event of this operator, and I will say operator click event underscore click, and just double click it or press enter, and we reach to the operator click event. Same operator click event we will make for minus, multiplication and division. Just copy this operator, go to the minus button, paste there, go to the multiplication button and paste there in the click event, and once again go to the division button and paste there. Okay, so whenever I press any button for this plus, minus or multiplication, division, this will, or we also are going to catch the button action, and we will just take this like this here, and we want to store this button operation in some variable. So we go at the top of our class